Shizuku Mizutani is tasked with delivering classwork to Haru Yoshida's house. Haru considers this to be something that only a friend would do and declares that they are friends. Siko, their teacher, tries to persuade Shizuku to convince Haru to stop skipping school or else he will be expelled. Haru's punk friends exploit his sincerity, but Shizuku reveals the truth to him. He then admits to loving her. Haru eventually returns to school, where his inability to recognize social protocols leads to a series of bizarre actions. Shizuku recalls Haru being the top-ranked student before being suspended. She then considers him her rival and studies diligently, eventually finishing first in midterms. Later, she agrees to go out to eat with him. On their way, Haru casually kisses her, leaving her stunned. Shizuku and Haru go to the manjayaki restaurant he has wanted to go to for a while, where Shizuku eats frantically to distract herself from Haru's kiss. The next day, Haru discovers a stray rooster and decides to let someone adopt it. A girl named Asako Natsume requests that Shizuku tutor her for her makeup exam because failing it would conflict with an offline meetup with her internet community. Haru decides to tutor Asako in exchange for accompanying him to the meetup. Sasahara, a young man, agrees to look after the rooster. Shizuku eventually tutors Asako after she fails to understand anything Haru teaches her and passes the exam, but Haru ruins the meetup by starting a fight there. Later, Haru and Shizuku sit on the school roof, causing the latter to miss class for the first time. As Shizuku thinks about how Haru has changed her, she confesses to Haru that she loves him. Still, Shizuku realizes what she has just confessed and quickly states that she has no feelings for Haru, who claims he is happy either way. After Sasayan's cat makes it impossible for him to care for the rooster at home, Haru, Asako, and Sasayan obtain permission from the school to keep the rooster at school. Shizuku and the three of them decide to build a chicken coop for the rooster. Haru's punk friends join in, and everyone contributes to the completion of the coop. While walking home with Shizuku, Haru remarks that nothing but good has happened to him since meeting Shizuku. She admits that she has fallen in love with him, but Haru points out that his feelings for her may be different. Haru receives a text from his cousin Mitsuyoshi that Yuzan is coming to see him, and he promptly asks Shizuku to spend the night at her home. Because most people at school are still afraid of Haru, Shizuku advises him to stop staring at them all the time. Haru alters his demeanor by smiling and even offering others assistance. Soon, the girls at school fall in love with him, and he becomes popular, causing Shizuku to experience jealousy for the first time. Haru's popularity is short-lived when he beats up an upperclassman who was picking on a timid girl, Chazurashima. Haru begins to question whether he is doing the right thing by violently standing up for people, and Shizuku assures him that they will eventually see him as a kind person. Following the start of summer, the group goes on a mountain trip, and upon their return, they meet Haru's brother Yuzan. Due to Haru's strained relationship with Yuzan, Shizuku realizes that she still has a lot to learn about him. Shizuku expresses a desire to learn more about Haru's past, and when Yuzan approaches her after school, she seizes the opportunity. Yuzan explains that their father kicked Haru out of their home around middle school, but has since changed his mind and wants Haru to return. Yuzan expresses his desire for Haru to remain in school, even if it is only for Shizuku's sake. Shizuku expresses her sadness if Haru leaves. Haru informs her that he has chosen to be with her. Shizuku considers how much her life has changed since meeting Haru. Chizuru, the Class A representative, thanks Haru for standing up for her. Shizuku notices the way Chizuru blushes when speaking to Haru. Shizuku realizes that the more time she spends thinking about Haru, the worse her grades become, and she finishes 29th in the mock exams. Chizuru struggles with her feelings for Haru as well as the difficulties of being an introvert. She and Haru discuss her inability to make new friends. Haru and Shizuku then fight, resulting in Shizuku ignoring him. Shizuku doesn't mind being alone, according to Chizuru. Shizuku explains her reasons for avoiding Haru, which Chizuru then relays to Haru in an unexpected outburst. Haru eventually takes Shizuku on a date to the library, where she declares that she no longer loves him. Asako, upon learning of their date, becomes sad because of Shizuku's unwillingness to share her experiences. Haru has flashbacks to his time with his aunt Kyoko when she attempted to contact him. Shizuku demands her personal space as a result of Haru's constant smothering. Being touched by someone she doesn't like is the most repulsive thing to a girl, according to Asako. Chizuru tells Haru that Shizuku is concerned about him. Shizuku talks with Kenji about her personal priorities on her way to getting the results of a mock exam, and she chooses schoolwork over Haru. Haru admits his feelings once more and nearly kisses Shizuku, but stops himself after remembering Asako's words. Shizuku flees because, despite her best efforts, she still has feelings for Haru. Haru becomes agitated when he sees Kenji with Shizuku. He tries to punch Kenji but misses and instead hits Shizuku. Shizuku confides in Asako about Haru, but when Asako offers advice, Shizuku pushes her away coldly. While walking with Shizuku, Kenji explains that she is partly to blame for not being honest with herself about her feelings, and thus hurting Haru. He quickly grabs Shizuku and flees into an empty room to avoid Yuzan. Haru enters the room with Chizuru, avoiding Yuzan as well. When Haru and Chizuru discuss Kenji's pain with Shizuku, the truth behind his words is revealed. Haru holds Chizuru threateningly in front of him as Yuzan walks in, but he stops himself when he notices that people are watching. A month after the school festival, Shizuku's father's convenience store goes under for the 6th time, which upsets her. However, she is able to calmly assess the situation. Her father remarks that due to her mother constantly working, she grew up alone, which resulted in her psyche not being able to manifest emotions. Haru, Sasayan, and Asako get together for a study group where Shizuku realizes that she hasn't spent any time thinking about her relationship with Haru. After Haru hears how Shizuku never got any goldfish to care for, he spends his time at the river hoping to catch crayfish for her instead. At the library, Shizuku encounters Kenji, and she gets him to explain her priorities in a straightforward manner. Meanwhile, at the bakery where Asako and Sasayan are studying, Asako feels discomfort when some girls enter and trash talk about her within earshot. Asako organizes a surprise Christmas party at Mitsuyoshi's batting cages, but the surprise is ruined when Shizuku confronts her. Harus Punk friends, along with Kenji, invite themselves to the party while on their way to buy food. The party was not quite what Asako had planned, but everyone seemed to have a good time, despite Haru being caught in a love triangle with Shizuku, Chizuru, and Kenji. Sasayan also mentions Asako's crush on Mitsuyoshi, which disappoints him somewhat. Haru threatens Kenji to stay away from Shizuku outside, but he refuses, even questioning why he fell for her in the first place. Later, when Haru walks Shizuku home, they talk about an analogy for their relationship in the form of Ryunosuke Kutagawa's story. Despite his initial denial, Kenji gradually realizes his romantic feelings for Shizuku. While walking to cram school, Kenji gets into an argument with Haru over jealousy, which ends with Haru hitting Shizuku on the head with a can after Kenji dodges it. In class, Kenji inadvertently tells Shizuku that he would be a better partner for her. Shizuku compliments his appeal as a person, which pleases Kenji. Kenji has a flashback to his past with Haru, showing how Haru became violent around the elementary school. Haru, alone at the bus stop, reflects on his past with Yuzan. It is revealed that their family was thrown into turmoil because of him, prompting Yuzan to wish that Haru didn't exist, finally explaining Haru's brother complex, avoiding Yuzan because of his true feelings. Shizuku arrives and Haru finally tells her his true feelings, of his suffering because his bizarre ways of showing others affection make them hate and leave him. Asako reluctantly returns an item borrowed from Sasayan to the batting cages. While there, a boy named Yana tries to hit on her while his friends mock him. Asako leaves, upset by their behavior, and tells Sasayan that she despises boys because they make other girls avoid her. Asako and Haru dine at a teriyaki restaurant, where she expresses her confidence in him because he only likes Shizuku. As the year comes to a close, everyone departs, leaving Asako alone. When Shizuku requests a favor, Asako bursts, prompting Shizuku to invite her to a sleepover. Haru explains to Asako that her loneliness was unnecessary because she can visit him whenever she wants, leaving her to ponder if she would still be able to spend time with Haru and Shizuku should they become a couple. After New Year's, Shizuku is studying when Haru barges into her room and asks Shizuku if she has seen him. Shizuku has no idea what Haru means by him, but Haru wishes to keep it a secret. He exits, leaving his phone behind. Haru runs into all of his friends while looking for him, but he always leaves something behind. Later, Yu finds Haru's rooster, Nagoya, and brings it to Haru's house, where she meets Haru's friends and returns the items Haru left behind. Everyone now believes Haru is on the hunt for Nagoya. Shizuku meets Haru on her way home, who informs her that he is not looking for Nagoya. He's looking for a glowing firefly. They both notice it at the same time. Haru says that the reason he wanted to find the firefly was so he could see it together with Shizuku. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this video.